mortars rain all over us. When they slack off to just a few rounds a minute, we get ready for what we know is coming next. Waves of Vietnamese soldiers. A mortar lands between my foxhole and Hart's and knocks me silly. Hart and Cole probably think it hit me dead center, and they yell for me, but I can't yell back. It takes a few minutes for my head to clear. Then I get up on one elbow and peek over the sandbag. I can't see Hart or Cole, but I see the hole the mortar left no more than a foot away from me. "Poor Davis caught the sucker dead on," I hear Cole say. "Yeah, he didn't have a chance." I feel my limbs, and everything's still there. "If this nonsense doesn't stop, I'll call my congressman," I holler to them. Their heads pop up, faces and helmets covered in mud. Boy, am I happy to see them. They cuss me for a minute. "Thanks, guys. I'm okay." Earlier in the day, our artillery unit fired non-stop from 8 in the morning until 5 in the afternoon to support the 5th 60th Infantry. By late afternoon, the enemy broke contact. A Huey chopper landed by our base and a major got out. "Your probability of getting hit tonight is 100%, he announced. So what's new? I thought. We've been hit all day by mortar rounds and small arms fire. Then the major turned around, stepped back into his chopper, and flew off. In the early evening, a few soldiers wearing South Vietnamese uniforms came walking down the canal and stopped to ask us for cigarettes. They had a good look around, and after they'd walked on, we reported their visit to our captain, who radioed the Vietnamese commander for the zone. When we heard that our South Vietnamese allies had no troops in our area, a chill ran down my spine. That wasn't good. What we didn't know yet was worse. A whole enemy battalion with heavy weapons was on its way in. 1,500 men. They were only 2 miles away. So Hart, Cole, myself, and the rest of our unit are now having a taste of the 100% probability. We hear orders being screamed in English from across the river. "Go kill the GI!" A bugle signals the charge. As we look across the water, waves of Vietnamese soldiers storm out of the jungle and head straight toward our position. A few wear the collarless black shirt and pants that look like pajamas, typical of the Viet Cong insurgents. Many more are in the North Vietnamese Army's khaki uniform and pith helmets. Others wear only t-shirts and shorts. Hundreds of them swarm in the open space only 25 meters away. Oh boy. There are only 42 of us kids in Battery C. Then we hear our mean-ass Sergeant Gant, our crew chief. "Get up and turn the gun," he yells. A 27-year-old professional soldier from Lansing, Michigan, Sergeant James Gant is old. And worse, Sergeant Gant is mean. When other gun crews are done for the day, he makes us sit back to back in 100-degree heat and set the time fuses that go on artillery shells with blindfolds. He hands us a fuse, we set it, and if we get it right, he taps our backs so we pass it on. If we get it wrong, he whacks us on the back of the head and we do it again. To us, this is pointless and ridiculous. The Army issues flashlights and fuse setters, which look like big wrenches, so why do this by hand and blindfolded? Mean old Sergeant Gant also makes us polish every single bullet out of every single clip every single day. He checks clips every evening, and if he finds bullets that do not blind you in the sun, he's all over us. All of us in the battery hate working his gun because he's so strict. So when mean old Sergeant Gant yells that night, we jump. We pull on our flak jackets and run to our Howitzer. To fire at the incoming enemy, we have to move the gun so the spades that are supposed to anchor the gun to the ground are in the creek behind us, and the wheels almost in the canal. The mud is knee-deep, the enemy is shooting straight at us, and Sergeant Gant is yelling like crazy. We have a hell of a time turning the 2-ton gun into the proper position. "Beehive! Muzzle action!" he shouts. We have to lower the barrel of the howitzer until it is horizontal, so it can fire beehive rounds straight at the enemy coming at us. Before shooting these rounds, filled with thousands of razor-sharp 1-inch darts, soldiers are required to stand upright, be visible to the enemy, and shout, "Beehive! Beehive! Beehive!" We've quickly learned that it's much more practical to shoot first and then jump up and yell our warning. I grabbed